Hello, YouTube. Now we're going live. My connection is terrible, but I think we are here. This is Talk and Talk, a conversation platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This meeting here is not a class, it's a conversation, which means nobody here is going to teach or to correct on each other. We're just going to practice. Well, today we're talking about homelessness, homeless people. And I'm going to share the questions one more time. There are 5 of us today, and oh, guys, it's freezing too much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Are you eating eggs?
Okay, because the yes, the camera your cameras are frozen, but I can what?
Are you eating eggs?
I think I'll ask the girls to guide it. Just a second. Yes, can you please guide it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see you. You're freezing too much. Okay, thank you. I'm trying, but it's freezing a lot.
Okay, so let's start introducing ourselves. So my name is Yasmin. I'm 21 years old. I live in São Paulo with my parents. And what about you, Jefferson? Who are you?
I'm just a simple guy that live in a city that has a very good connection. It's not like São Paulo with connection less. I'm professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I'm economist, and it's a pleasure to be here with you, the best team of TNT.
So thank you so much. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Caterina?
Hello, guys. My name is Catherine. I'm 28 years old. I study biology in college and live in Rio. That's me.
Very good. Thanks for sharing too. And you, Sarah, how about you?
Hey guys, good morning. So I'm Sarah. I live in Ilhas Bahia. I'm all about bad jokes and memes. I love memes. So I'm here to improve my English and learn from you. Every day it's a good experience for me and always a pleasure.
Very good. Thank you so much. And what about you, Ricardo?
Hi guys, I'm sorry for my late. I have some problem on my internet connection. I don't know. It's like I can connect it, but don't have audio and video. I don't know. Well, my name is Ricardo. I live at São Vicente. I'm married. I love watch movies and spend time with my friends and family. Well, I like to learn new things, particularly English, but it's hard to learn this English because I don't know. I have a lot of time studying, but well, someday I reach this thing. Learning English is one of the best things to do, I think.
Very good. Thank you so much. So guys, today, as Bruna said, we will talk about homeless. And to start, the first thing that we want to know is, what do you know about being homeless? So, Catarina, can you start?
Yes. Being homeless to me means don't have home. don't have a place, a safe place to rest, to sleep. So I think it's a little desperation. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I think you said everything that I think too. So, and what about you, Sarah?
Well, by experience, I don't know, uh, but about what I can notice, it's like Kat said, you don't have a place to go or to stay, don't have a reference. Maybe it's another thing because you have to. Sometimes those people have families, but they don't have the support, so that's why they are on the street. So for me, it can be a lot of things, but in long story short, it is about lacking of support maybe and lack of structure as well.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, you brought something that I was thinking about, that some people, they are not homeless because they want, but because of the family didn't give support and things like this. So, and what about you, Ricardo?
Well, about this topic, there are a lot of problems. Don't exactly the don't have a house, but there are a lot of another problems. Mental problems. There are problems of the drugs, and well, I think is necessary to help providing health services, basically, because some part of these guys don't agree receive a house or I don't know a shelter because they prefer stay on that side. I don't know. It's very complicated because it's a lot of different problems in this case. That's it.
Yeah, very good. I think like we need to try to see both sides. Yeah, like the side of the family, of the people that are trying to help, and the side of the person who is living the situation. So, and you, Bru?
This is a tough question. I kind of agree with all the guys have said. And I think the reasons they change a lot. It's hard to say there is a reason for like people to do this. Yeah, I know that there are some reasons, like just like Sarah mentioned, a lot of people don't have family support. So like this is the only way they find to live their lives in a safe way, in a way they are going to be not safe, but they are going to be respected, and I think it's really harmful to live in a place you don't feel respected or loved, and they only find this way as a solution. Yeah, I don't think it's easy, and yeah, I think that's all I can start saying.
Very good. And you, Jefferson, what do you think?
Well, it's a terrible situation because I can't imagine these guys like beggar, down and out, or handout, without money, no good health, no good employ. The employment status is not so good, with not so good relationship, and many other factors. And it's as I said, it must be a terrible situation. I can imagine an individual or a family who lacks a fixed, a regular, or an adequate nightmare residence to sleep well, like we live. I can imagine these guys living in emergency shelters or something like this. So this is, for me, it's a big problem when I see sometimes I watch TV, and the situation of these beggars especially in São Paulo, like Cracolândia. That's
Yeah.
it.
And let's start the next question with you, Jefferson. Like, does your city have a large homeless population? Can you see like many people around you?
No. Not large. Like São Paulo, like Recife, like Rio de Janeiro, not large. We have some situations here, but it's not large, just a little bit. I think we have a very good, in Goiânia, for example, we have no favelas in Goiânia. No favelas. We have a very special program for this kind of homeless. It's a very interesting program for a long time. All the mayors implemented this kind of program. It's very interesting. But sometimes we can see 5 or 6 families in some place like homeless. Sometimes you can see this, especially now with the guys from Venezuela, from Haiti, and some guys from Bolivia, but especially Venezuela and Haiti. Now we can see in some places.
Yeah, like you said about São Paulo, and here near my house, it was like something possible to see, but nowadays I can see a lot. I don't know why, but it's something that I see every day, homeless people, and this is something really sad. So, and what about you, Sarah?
Well, I'd say so because these past few years, my parents, they always deliver some food, and they are noticed that we have more people here on the streets. I think it's really sad because we kind of have hope, these people can find other chances in life, and I don't know, have better perspectives, but it's not easy, like I said at first. So it's getting really tough to handle because some people may get violent, not only because of the hunger, but a lot of situations they fight between them because of food, or they don't have the structure to live. So if you live in so bad conditions, it can happen to fight for space, fight for better locations, and for the places, people usually deliver food. We also have the churches who have which help sometimes with some frequency as well. So I would say it is something we should pay attention, the government and the citizens, because it's not only a government job to help, and I don't know, do something you can to make sure they are getting better conditions, but it's so deep, this topic, and I'm still trying to formulate my answers.
Yeah, I have an aunt that she did the same like job that your parents are doing. And sometimes she said that she's going to give food, and people just say, oh, I don't want food. I just want to talk with someone. I'm not hungry. I just need to talk about my life, what is going on. So I think like sometimes we think that people just want food or something to wear, and they just need to talk with you. Yeah. So it's different than we think. So, and you, Caterine?
Yeah, I noticed an increase in homeless population in my city, but I don't know if it is really homeless population, homeless person, because I think the things that's too expensive. There are some people who choose sleeping in the street rather to pay the ticket to come back to home. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's other thing that we need to think about. Like we have a lot of different situations, right? So it's really difficult to think about it. And what about you, Ricardo?
Well, in my city, well, there are so many, so many. That's a huge quantity. I don't know what happened. In my region is a south coast from São Paulo. I think is the temperature and the condition is better than other regions. So it's so much common because there are a lot of people homeless go to my city and the region, and there are some different situations because there are more bom prato restaurants, and I don't know, some people told that's the on my region is the people is more, how do you say, I don't know, it's practicing good actions. I don't know. I don't know. The name is in English. Caridade, charity. I don't know. And I don't know. But when I come back to my work, I pass for a avenue, and in this avenue there are a square, and there are some people provide food. So until my home, I normally is the 80 to 100 people I could see. It's a 3 or 4 blocks from this bus station to my home, and probably I could see around that 50 sometimes to 100 is 50 at least. Nothing less than 50. That's it.
Very good. Thanks for sharing. And what about you, Bru?
Yes, just like the guys were saying, from here in São Paulo, the number keeps increasing. And I think since the pandemic started to now, it increased more and more. And it's, I don't know, it's really sad to think about it. Just like just like Sarah was saying, I think we need to look at these community in another way. I don't know, it's hard because I feel that we got used to it, when we don't deal with this anymore. It's just like something else in the city, and we just like go by them and don't do anything to change this. So it's really deep. It's a social problem, right? I don't know. It's complicated, but yes, Paulo has a large number of homeless people. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so let's go to the next one. Have someone you know being homeless. Like I have someone in my family, my uncle, and as we were talking, like it's something really difficult because you are trying to help the person and sometimes the person don't want. So it's been really difficult. We put like him on a hospital trying to help, but it doesn't work. So they have nothing else to do. And what about you, Katerina?
No, in fact, I don't know anyone to be homeless, so I can talk about this subject.
It's okay. Thanks for sharing. It's nice that you don't know someone. So
Yeah,
yeah.
in fact.
So and what about you, Ricardo?
Well, uh, in my country, well, I I'm not a good. I don't know my country well, but in my experience, when I number three. Oh, so, thanks Jefferson. Yeah, I know, I know a friend of mine, a childhood friend, and well, but I think is I have 4 or 5 persons that became homeless, but because of the drugs. And I don't know if you keep it alive, but sometimes I found for when I was walking and one of them is very rich, but that's the problem. The drugs consume everything, your life, your soul, and one of them I remember. I know the family and the other things. They have more than 30 houses. Yeah. In at that time, he had more than he had stores. It's a very rich, but that's it. I think.
Thanks for sharing. I think it's really difficult, yeah, when you see someone that raised with you and like you had great moments together living the situation. But I hope that everything will be fine. And what about you, Bru?
Yeah, no, I have never known anyone in this, like at least not someone close to me in the situation, but I can imagine it's complicated because you're trying to support and to give the other person I don't know, it's not chance because I don't like this word chance, but maybe show them they have a safe place to be at. But I think it's not in our control, you know, even though sometimes we are trying to help, we can't control. And yeah, I think it's the it's the person's decision, you know. hard, hard, hard to, it's a difficult situation. Yeah, that's it.
And what about you, Cider?
Yeah, I'm like Cat. I don't know anyone, so I can't contribute much.
Very good. And you, Jefferson, do you know someone?
The answer, Danu, Danu, Danu.
Okay, so I think we can go to number 5. What do you think can done to help on homeless people? Like I know some projects on Instagram that they are trying to give, I don't know, like affirmation, like something in a professional way. Like they are trying to help people to learn how to cook, how to clean, to do the things so these people can have a job. So I think this is something really important to give them this kind of opportunity. So what do you think, Sarah?
Yeah, I agree with you because once you take some profession, you can help them to see a way out of the situation, you know. But I was considering here the psychological factor because, like we were talking about, it can be not the only reason, but a strong reason for that person to be on the street because sometimes it's kind of confusing inside of their heads because of some trauma or some situations they faced in the past. So maybe this type of thing could help to see things more clearly, you know, and go back to because when you're not good psychologically speaking, you might your eyes might get closed to see other situations, other perspectives, you know. So the mental health is really important and to help you go back in a better life for you and maybe for your family. A lot of people also live with the kids and partners. So it's like families, whole families on the streets. So it's even worse than we notice sometimes. And for me, yeah, that's it. The psychological factor should be considered as well.
Yeah, maybe it's the most important. Yeah, the you need to be good with your mental health to do the things. So, and what about you, Jefferson? What do you think?
Yeah, we have a lot of things that we can do for those guys. Sorry for the sound. 3 dogs waking up.
It's
Yes, sir.
lunchtime.
Okay. Let's skip. I'm back. Okay.
Okay, so Ricardo, go ahead.
I think is these dogs like to São Paulo and not to Vila Nova. That's the problem, Jefferson. Probably I wanted to change my team. I don't know. Let's the conversation to the serious conversation. That's about number 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's sometime I listen to politician talk about I will solve this problem in few months. It's not possible. That's the thing it takes probably 10 years. According specialists that I watch talk about it, there are a lot of different problems. For example, I listen to I watch a video and the guy was talking about the Cracolândia and it's necessary have a equipe 24 hours in the Cracolândia because there are social the guys that provide the social service try to convince this guy you need to go to the doctor. I think and the guy sometimes talking if a specific person during 2 days, I don't know, and okay, the guy was convinced and tell okay, I go to the doctor. Okay, buddy, just a minute, please. I needed to call to the another team. So in this case, sometimes takes 1 day or 2 hours, and this guy probably is gone. So the guy, the guy that have problems with drugs, it's not possible to keep this guy 2 hours or more than 2 hours stopped in the same place. So in this case, it's difficult. There is needed it's necessary to have a balance. It's not possible to use force all the time como first choice, and it's not possible to let the things, for example, in the Cracolândia, the people don't, it's not possible to walk on the streets. And sometimes it's necessary to use the force. Because, for example, I watch a video, that's a guy, he had a kid, 5 years old, and the guy, every day, when they needed to go to the school, it's necessary to put the girl on the back and they're running because the drugs addicted. So it's not possible to this thing happen. Sometimes it's necessary to use force because the addictive will is not existent in a lot of times. So it's necessary all service providers, all services together during a lot of time, because some people don't agree to go to a home, and I think is necessary to provide food, necessary to provide work, a job, education. I think there are a lot of missing things. I think that's it.
Yeah, really nice what you said. I don't know if sometimes it's about choices, but maybe it's about opportunities too.
Sure.
So, because like I was watching a video that a guy, like he was, I think 9 years old. He just like go out of the home because he wanted to be free, you know? He wanted to know the places, to play in the hour that he wanted. So it's really complicated to know if it's about choices, it's about opportunities, it's about what. But really nice what you said. And what about you, Katarina?
It's number 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the government have invest into the CAPS, do you know? CAPS. Because for me, the main reason that people are in the street could be health problems, like Sarah said. And I also believe that the economic problems could be a good reason too. So if the government could pay attention in this situation, like many people don't have money to have a leisure time or even eat food. So this kind of situation could be bring a person to be homeless, I think. So I think that is a good reason to the people's ask for drugs to bear the reality. So yeah.
Yeah, very good. I think like the government can help us a lot, like, to help these people. And now Jefferson, go ahead.
With my dogs barking. When the dogs are barking means that you have very good guy in your home.
Yeah.
That's the good signals, good vibes. But the question, what can be done? I think it's very important to have a dialogue with this kind of communities. It's very important. The necessity of them. Somebody may be a necessity of health care, so the government must provide health care. I think it's very important. Sometimes maybe create job. Sometimes the guy has no job, so it's important to create job. Sometimes can be to create shelters. I think shelters it's very important in this situation. I think you can't live like a homeless just for free. I don't believe in this. I don't believe everybody wants everybody needs a home. I think everybody needs a home, but unfortunately it's not possible in Brazil now. And the other dialogue, it's about food, as you said. Sometimes food, I think it's very important. And just to finish, I think the main thing is to support them with love, because this kind of sometimes I see it's a terrible situation, because we live in love with our family, with good house, etc., etc. And these guys, I think, is lacking love. So love is the answer.
Oh, really deep. Very good. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think like you said everything. So I think we can skip to number. So Jefferson, choose one question for us. I will let you choose. Go ahead.
Your mic was muted.
Let's go to number 6. I think it's because number 7, 8, 9, and 10, I think is the same. But let's go ahead with the number 6. Have you done volunteer work in our community? Yes. I work in Archdiocese de Goiânia for 5 years with a lot of priests. Was very interesting and amazing work with poor guys. In my case, I helped them how to treat, how to tackle, how to lead with money, how to save money and spend money. It's for me, it was a very good experience, because most of these guys, in this situation, they can't live with money. All of them with high debts and can pay the bills. So I think I spent 5 years as a volunteer in Archdiocese de Goiânia.
Very good, very good. And what about you, Catarina?
Sorry, guys, I missed the question.
Is number 6. Have you done volunteer work in your community?
Yeah, just once I done volunteer work to place to take care for dogs. I don't know the name, but so that's the one time that I work as a volunteer.
Very good, really nice. I think like we need to give like the first step. This is really important. And what about you?
The problem is I don't have so much time. So really don't have time.
Yeah, it's I think it's part of life. Maybe in the future you will have more time and you can help in other way too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you, Bru?
Not in my community, like here in my neighborhood. I just like Katarina, I don't have a lot of experience as a volunteer, but last year in 2020 and in 2020 and 2021, I worked as a volunteer in an online project, like working as a teacher for students who couldn't afford English classes, and it was really nice. Like we used it to do this every Sunday, and yeah, it was pretty good, and that's it. Yeah, my only experience.
Very good. Thanks for sharing. And you, Sarah?
I had a short experience like last year. We had the floods here about the rain. A lot of people lost clothes and houses here in my state. So we were to organize the donations, and help somehow. But it was for a short time. I'd like to do more. Like sometimes I search for the opportunities to volunteer, but I can't find it's not that I can't decide. Actually, I can't decide the right thing to do because I want to help the animals, I want to help the homeless people, I want to help. It's not like I'm putting everything in the same box, but I want to help a lot of different causes, and it's hard for me to choose sometimes. But definitely it's something that I like to do more often and maybe have a permanent position, like to always be this person who's helping at some project. I have a friend who did that, and he really recommended me to do the same, because it is rewarding, and you will do your part to help others, not only complaining about the things the government doesn't do, but about taking your responsibility as well.
Yeah, very good. I don't know like how to say this in English, but I saw a sentence that talks about this, that a population needs to take care of the one child, something like this. So that is responsible for one child. So I think it's totally related with what you said. We are all responsible for the things that is happening. So and you, Ricardo, what about you?
Well, I help, not exactly this help the two entities that I worked is not to help exactly homeless people, but I work with two entities. One of them help. I provide some money to this entity. I work on this entity and provide money too, but I don't work with homeless people directly. This entity made cesta básicas and provide the cesta básicas to 200 families by month. So I just provide. I work with other things because it's a religious entity. So in this case, I don't help directly. That's it.
Very good. Really nice. So I did, I think, like last year, and in the beginning of the year, I did part of volunteer work, and not in my community, but near here. I'm always trying to help in something that I can, but like it's what Catarina said about the time. Sometimes we don't have time, so we need to try to help in other ways. So talking about this, I think we have time to answer the number 7. Do you think it's acceptable for children to work late at night, like selling flowers? We can see they selling chocolates, singing, and selling something. So, Bru, let's start with you. What do you think about it?
This is tough. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. And I don't know, it's really sad, like this structure, the way things happen. Like I remember my grandma telling my uncles and my aunts that they would, like, that she had 7 children so that they could afford and like they could pay for her stuff, you know. So I think this way of thinking, it's so complicated, you know, like but it's hard to judge to the parent, you know. Sometimes they just see this as the only solution. So I'm not here to judge parents. Sometimes we have a lot of single moms who have a lot of children, and they find this as the only way. But like for the children, I think children need to study, so this should be their priority, education. So I don't agree with these things, but I know sometimes they, like, this is the only way the family can make ends meet, you know. So that's it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. It's hard to judge. So, but I don't think that it's something correct, because I see that many parents, they can do this, like that the child are doing, but they don't do. They just like keep seeing everything that is happening and let the children do the work. So what about you, Jefferson?
It's very curious. I remember a situation a long time ago near neighbor my university that I used to drink beers and eat food in good bars. And I remember a girl, 15 years, and she used to say, I wanna be like you. I wanna be like you. My situation now, I was to sell these flowers because I want to have money to do a course. And it's very interesting because she sold a lot of flowers, and she did it, the social service in Catholic University. It's very interesting because most of the professors and a lot of students helped this person, and now he's a very good service for the government in Goiás. It's very interesting.
Really nice. I've never heard like this kind of story for me. I am really surprised with this. And what about you, Catarine?
I agree with Bruno, and I don't think it's acceptable that children sell flowers or other things, because this kind of thing can be harmful, because the children have to go to school. So if she was selling flowers at night, maybe she can be very tired to go to school in another day. So that's my opinion. But I understand the reasons. So yeah.
Like this will affect her life in other ways, right? So, and what about you, Ricardo? What do you think?
I don't like this situation. I I think that's okay. Particular in the past is much common. Children's working, but I think it's okay. The children are studying, and okay. I wanted to work during some while, 1 hour, 2 hours, and it depends on the kind of work. Okay, I don't like it, but I could accept, but it's not the really situation. Normally, when do you look at the children working at on the streets and the other things, normally is necessary to work it to provide some money and they buy food and other things. And these children normally don't study currently. So in this case, I think is depends, but is hard to see. I think I prefer that these children keep on the school during, I don't know, 8 to 6 normally is possible to study, practice sports, a lot of different actions than work. Okay.
Yeah, it's really related with what Bruna said about like education needs to come first, and then we can think about work and things like this. So, and what about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I just would like to add that it's polemic because some people says like, oh, Larissa Manoela works since she was, I don't know, 3, but completely different situations, you know.
Yeah.
So it's not like working on the street and being an actress with a wealthy family. It's the same thing, you know. So I would say that we should pay attention to the differences, all the situations we can have, and maybe a reason for some parents to put the kids to work. It is about being people feel moved when they see a kid selling something or working, and unfortunately, I understand it's necessary sometimes, but we also have to think about education because it's a way out of this cycle, you know, because if the parent didn't study and the kid won't study again, it's a cycle that doesn't end, and the poverty will continue in the family. So it's really serious to think about.
Yeah.
Larissa earns more than Jefferson. Earn more money than Jefferson. I think is the fortune is estimating 30 million reais. It's not so good, but that's okay.
It's near me.
Oh my God.
No,
I'm very rich of knowledge. Lot of
no,
money.
30 million.
Very good. So, guys, I'm sharing with you the link of the feedback. It's really important that you say what do you think about the subject. If you want to suggest a topic, you can put there too. I want to thank you all. So thank you so much, Jefferson, Sarah, Bruna, Ricardo, and Catarine. I hope you have a great day and see you.
Thank